Hello, welcome to Time Rich Steps. Thank you for hitting that play button. Today what we're talking about is savings accounts versus brokerage accounts. Which one is the best? Now let me let you know how I feel about that. Okay, so to me, banks are ripoffs. Okay, if you have a basic savings account, most time they're going to give you a 0.01% APY on your money that's in the bank account. That is very, very small. What banks do, they take your money and then they assess how you have access to your money. They charge you fees and stuff if you don't have a certain amount of money in the account, and they make up all type of fees so that they can get more money from you. Now you giving them your money so that they can invest your money and make more money for themselves, but they're penalizing you for you giving them an opportunity to hold their money. Okay, so let's talk about the basic savings account, and this is just an example right here. And I'm not saying, a lot of banks do this, so I'm not saying point out any particular bank. But as you can see here, the account balance less than $2,500. This is what the average person get on your bank account. You just check your statement when it comes in. If you haven't gotten into a high yielding savings account or some other type of vehicle at your regular bank, you're getting 0.01% most times. Okay, this is nothing. All right. And if you want to get higher rates, usually most banks you have to put more money in. You got to have like maybe $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in the bank to get some higher rates. Okay, so what I tend to do, a long time ago, I stopped just putting my money in savings, because first of all, this money that you have in your bank account, if you're not getting over 5% a year, you are not keeping up with inflation. So your money is lower than what it was when you first put it in maybe 5 years ago. You're losing money on a yearly basis due to inflation. Inflation is a natural thing. I know we're dealing with some high inflation now, and inflation rate has come down dramatically from 9%. Now it's down, last time I checked, below 4%. But naturally, inflation is 2%. So if you got $100 in the bank, I'm just using that as an example. If you have $100 in the bank, you're losing 2% of that every year, of that $100. Okay, because it's most time your interest rate, your interest APY, and your percentage yearly is not keeping up with inflation. Okay, so now let's talk about brokerage. So most brokers, this is one example of a brokerage, but most brokers going to give you a 4%, 5%, and even higher. I've even seen some at 7% APY on your money just sitting in the account. Okay, so that's why I don't use banks like I used to 30 years ago. I put maybe like an emergency fund type money in a savings account, or maybe about $50,000 to maybe $2,000 to $3,000 in a regular savings accounts, and the rest of my money is going into a brokerage. Okay, a brokerage account. All right, because they're giving you more money on that brokerage account. Your money can just sit there and you're getting 4, 5, 6, 7%, depending on what brokerage you're picking. Okay, let's look more in detail about it. Look at this chart. All right, so this is the column for savings. This is the column for brokerage investing. Okay, so your return relative low. Okay, most people that put their money in the bank, you're not getting anything. It's going to be low. All right, if you put it in a brokerage, you got a potentially higher rate of return. Okay, So I said you get about 4, 5, 7%. Now, that's if you just sitting, you're not using your money. If you start putting your money in an ETF such as Vanguard Total Stock Index Fund, VTI is the ticker, you could get an average of like 7, 12, even 20% on your money. Don't that sound a lot better than 1% that a regular bank is going to give you? Okay? Don't be scared. The stock market does this. It ultimately goes up. It goes up and down, but if you look at the direction, if you look at all the years, like you say, you look at 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of the stock market, it is going up and down, but it's going from left to right, and it's going up to the corner. It goes up. That's what the stock market does. Okay, so if you got a long time period, I say, 2, 5, 10, 20, 30 years, you're going to be better off than just letting your money stay in the bank. Okay, so FDIC insured. If your money's in a bank, in a savings account, it's secured. But it's also secured when it's in an invest brokerage account. If it's just sitting there now. If it's just sitting there. Okay, and they have other protections too. SPIC, protection on your money. So, don't get so scared away from that, all right? You can lose your money if you invest into a stock that a company just disappears, it goes bankrupt, you can lose your money. But if you invested in like, bonds, like I said, a safe ETF, your money is relatively safe, okay? Okay, typical products, like I said, you got a savings account, CDs, money market account, that's what you get in a regular bank. Okay, in a brokerage, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs. Okay, see, this is where my people come in, have problems. They say relatively easy if you put your money in a bank savings account. To me, it's relatively easy if you put your money in a brokerage account. It's not hard. All it takes is a couple hours of studying things just to get you started. Okay, it's very simple. If you want to be safe, open up your brokerage account, just put money in there, okay? And most time, like I said, you get an interest rate of 5% and up, But then if you want to start investing a little bit, you put your money into a safe ETF, and that's a bucket of different type of companies, depending on which ones you want to get. You get technology. It's all type of sectors, all right? And your money is relatively safe. It's going to go up. Okay? All right. This is not going to be a long video because it's pretty simple. These are some of the brokers that you could get. TD Ameritrade, Webull, Interactive Brokers. Okay, you got Fidelity. For me, Fidelity has been around for a long time. That's the brokerage I use. I'm not getting paid by Fidelity or getting any kickbacks, anything like that. I like Fidelity. I also use Robinhood because I started out using Robinhood. Okay, so I think that's good. And don't miss this golden opportunity. When I was young, it's just you had to have a lot of money in order to even start investing. Now they're everywhere. They're all online, and it's so easy for you to download an app and start investing your money. Okay? All right. And then this is just an example of how your money can grow. Now, if you had your money in a regular savings account, all right, and you say you invested $100, this is over a 30-year period. All right, you probably in 30 years, if you don't spend any of the money, it'll be $38,184. Maybe a little bit more, at a little bit more give or take. But remember, $38,000 in 30 years is not going to be the same as it is now. This money, $38,000, you're going to be able to buy less with $38,000 than what you could do now. Okay? Now, this big number up here, investment account, that's your brokerage account. If you this is on a 7% interest rate. You just get 7%. In 30 years, they say, that same $100 can be $121,000. Now, I've been investing for some years now, and I averaged more than 7%. Now, last year, nobody hardly made any money. It was a hard year. But the market is up more than it's down. Okay? So you got to get that 6%, 7%. That's the average. Okay? You get 12%, 15%, even 20% on the money that you put in. And so that's why you have to get invested. Don't be scared. Don't let people scare you away from making money. Let your money make money. I love it. You know, I'm sleeping. My money's making money. Okay? In a week's time, I like to look at my my account and say, wow, I done made $500 for that week. And I didn't have to put time in to get that money. I just put the money in and let the money do the work. That's how you want to be. Okay, I appreciate you listening to this video. Please subscribe. Please share. And y'all have a safe time, okay? And remember to love everyone. Thank you.